Well, the reason I want to run is because I've realized that our community is the way it is because of all the amazing people who dedicate themselves to keeping it that way. If it weren't for their efforts, Solebury would look and feel really different. We have so many people who served, past and present, who served on the Board of Supervisors, the various advisory boards, the watersheds, historical societies, parents and coaches of sports teams, and it's through their efforts. And so this has inspired me. And as a supervisor, I would be able to influence things like preserving land and stopping uncontrolled development and ensuring a safe water supply. And sometimes I look at Congress and I think, wow, there's so many people there and it's hard to get things done. And on the Board of Supervisors, we have 5 people, and we can make real decisions every time we meet that make a difference to our community. Well, there are so many wonderful things about Solebury. For example, every morning I get to walk on the same river that George Washington and his troops crossed. We have quaint villages that date back to the 1700s and some of the most scenic roads in the country. And then we also have wonderful orchards where we can pick blueberries and apples and strawberries. And then in addition to all of that, we have 30% of our land preserved from further development, and I think that's just great. We have excellent schools, we have a thriving art community, and we're just minutes from New York City and Philadelphia. It's just such a unique combination of desirable attributes. And you would think with all of that we would have really high property taxes. But in fact, we have some of the lowest taxes in the area, and I'm going to work to keep it that way. Ordinances are basically the laws that we pass in Solebury. And so, for example, one of the ordinances that might be of interest to a lot of people is the different zoning classifications that we have. So, for example, some folks may desire higher density commercial development along Route 202 all the way from around the Giant to Lahaska. And I think many people don't want that. And so as a supervisor, I would be able to help influence that decision. When I was thinking about running for township supervisor, I wanted to learn more about what residents thought. So I talked with a lot of different community members, and I studied the 2012 survey of residents. And what I found was very encouraging, which is that most people have the same views as I do in terms of what they love about Solebury. The main reason people move to Solebury and stay here is because of the scenic beauty and the open space, an example of which is right here on Cuttalosa Road. And I want to work to help keep it that way. We don't want to turn into any other community. We love Solebury the way it is. So another reason I want to run is because I realize that Solebury is not going to stay this wonderful place unless we actively do something about it. So as a supervisor, I would be able to preserve and protect what we find special about Solebury.